Now we are going to start a chapter that is water. The formula of water is H2O, that is dihydrogen oxide, and here two atoms of hydrogen combines with one atom of oxygen to form water molecule. Here hydrogen and oxygen combines in the ratio 2:1. Now there are three states of the water exists in all the three physical states such as solid, liquid and gas. Solid means in the form of ice, liquid means water, gas in the form of water vapor. It occurs in both free as well as combined state. Now, now, water is a major constituent of all living things, plant, animal and human being, and of the environment in which we live. Nearly 70% of our body weight is water. Water occurs in both free and combined state. Water has a ability to dissolve wide range of substance, and so it is considered as a universal solvent. Why water is considered as a universal solvent? It is considered as a universal solvent because it dissolves solute at a wide range. The ability of water to form solution is responsible for all the life process occurring in nature, and for all the life process and for the sustenance of life on earth. Water is purified for drinking purpose by removing the suspended impurities by filtration, dissolved impurities by distillation, and bacterial impurities by adding calculated amount of chlorine. Water can be purified. Purification of water. Water can be purified for drinking purpose in three ways. What are those ways? By removing the suspended impurities by distillation, by filtration, then dissolved impurities by distillation, then bacterial impurities by adding calculated amount of chlorine. Now, the taste of water is due to the gas and solid dissolved in it, that is impurities present in it. Boiling point under normal pressure, that is 760 mm of mercury, pure water boils at 100 degree centigrade. The boiling point of water affects by pressure because the boiling point of liquid considered as the temperature when the vapor pressure equals to atmospheric pressure. Thus, greater the pressure, higher is the boiling point, and vice versa. In hills, water boils at a temperature lower than 100 degree centigrade. Because why? Because at high altitude the pressure is somehow less pressure. That's why boiling point will also reduce to 70 degree centigrade. Now, the boiling point of water also increases due to the presence of dissolved impurities in it. Freezing point of water or melting point of water. Pure water freezes at 0 degree centigrade under normal pressure and 1 atmospheric pressure. The freezing point of water decreases with increase in pressure. The freezing point of water also decreases due to the presence of dissolved impurities in it. Density. Water has a density 1 gram per centimeter cube or 1000 kg per meter cube. And now, anomalous expansion of water. Water shows an unusual behavior, unusual physical properties. When it is cooled or it contracts in volume as do other liquids, but at 4 degrees centigrade it starts expanding. That is called anomalous expansion. Generally, all the liquids contracts in volume when its temperature is being reduced. That is, and when it is at a temperature of 4 degree, it expands. When it is at a temperature of 4 degree, it expands and continues to do. Still, the temperature reaches to 0 degree. Now, the property of anomalous expansion of water enables marine life to exist in the colder region because even when the water freezes the surface, it remains liquid at the below the ice layers, as the density of water is greater than the density of ice, and ice is the bad conductor of heat. Now, latent heat of fusion of ice. What do you mean by latent heat of fusion of ice? The latent heat of fusion is the amount of heat required to change the substance from solid state to liquid state at its melting point without any change in temperature. The amount of heat energy required by ice to change into water is called latent heat of fusion. Now, latent heat of vaporization. When water is boiled, it changes in gaseous state. When water boils, it changes to gaseous state. Now the energy required to change water into vapor at its boiling point without change in temperature is called latent heat of fusion. What it is called? Latent heat of fusion. Now specific heat capacity of water is 2268 joule per gram or 540 cal per gram. It is for the same reason body sweats during hot weather. Evaporation of sweat takes that much amount of heat from the body and thus giving a cooling effect to the body. The same amount of heat is released when 1 gram of steam condenses to form 1 gram of water at 100 degrees centigrade. It is on account of high specific heat of condensation that steam causes far more serious burns than water at 100 degrees. It is the sudden release of latent heat of condensation that causes a violence and associated with the torrential rain. Now, what is a specific heat capacity? Due to high specific heat capacity, the presence of large amount of water is able to modify the climate of nearly land areas, making them warmer in winter and cooler in summer. Land and sea bridges also takes place because of this great moderating property. Water as a universal solvent. Water is a remarkable solvent. It dissolves many substances forming aqueous solution. Not only solid but also gaseous and other liquids dissolve in water. Hence it is now water as a universal solvent. Water is a remarkable solvent. It dissolves many substances forming an aqueous solution. Not only solid but also gaseous and other liquids dissolve in water. Hence it is difficult to find absolute pure water in nature. For the same reason, water is also called a universal solvent. Water has a high dielectric constant. As a result, it reduces the electrostatic force of attraction between the positive and negative ions and dissolves even inorganic compounds, which are usually electrovalent. Substances that apparently insoluble in water actually dissolves in its traces. Even we put water in a vessel, extreme small amount of glass dissolve in it. It is for this reason when a distilled water is kept in a sealed bottle for a long time, it leaves etching on the inside surface of glass. Now why this type of etching is there? Now see, put some tap water on a clean watch glass, place it over a beaker containing water as shown in the say a diagram is like this. So this is a burn, so you can say from where you can supply maximum amount of heat. Then what you will observe here, this is a beaker, here water is being kept and this water will evaporate. Now on cooling watch glass against light, number of concentric rings of solid matter are seen. These are dissolved solid left behind after evaporation of water. Now, tap water, river water and well water contain dissolved salt, but rain water and distilled water do not contain dissolved solid. So, concentric rings are not formed in this case. Now, importance of dissolved salts in water. Say that dissolved solid in water are salt and mineral and impurities. Salts and mineral essential for the growth and development of plant. They add taste to water. They supply essential mineral needed by our body. Air dissolved in water. Listen here, air dissolved, say nitrogen and oxygen. Oxygen is more soluble in water than nitrogen. Since oxygen is more soluble in water compared to nitrogen, composition of air dissolved in water differs from ordinary air. The importance of, say, a distilled water and a boiled water have no taste. The pleasant taste of drinking water is due to the presence of dissolved matter like air, carbon dioxide and mineral. Importance of air dissolved in water. Marine life like fish use oxygen of the air dissolved in water for respiration and thus aquatic life is sustained. Aquatic plants make use of dissolved carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, that is to prepare their food. Carbon dioxide dissolved in water reacts with limestone to form calcium bicarbonate. Now, marine organisms such as snail, oyster, etc. extract calcium carbonate from calcium bicarbonate to build up their cells.